Good afternoon to the people. It's about 5 o'clock Central. We're going to be doing a little time spinner nonsense here. And what I mean by that is this is going to be the flag set that I will be submitting for an open race during the Final Fantasy Randomizer Community's Winter Fundraising Marathon. The Rando Marathon is benefiting the Burn Children's Fund, which is a collaboration between South Carolina firefighters and the Medical University of South Carolina. And as I said, this will be an open entry race, so you will be able to just join up in the race room, and we'll get you sorted out. So with this, we've been seeing a lot of SGL flags lately, and they're good. They're good. But, there's some things that Archipelago can do with Timespinner that you cannot do in the base randomizer locally. So we're gonna have a little race that shows some of that off. So this will be a single player race in that you're not going to have a partner, you're not going to be transmitting items through the multi-world. However, because it uses AP, it can do some things. So I have the YAML open here just to walk through what we got. Main things to keep in mind. We are going to start with the jewelry box. We're going to have downloadable items. We will start with MAF. There's a reason for that. Quick seed is on, so you will start with the Teleria attachment. We will go new very, very quickly. Specific keycards are turned on. And our first set of things here is that Inverted and Geyer archives are set to random. So that will be determined by the server at the time of seed roll. So be prepared for either. You'll find out as soon as you get out of the tutorial area. Canterin is turned on, lore checks are turned on, Boss Rando is turned on with scaling, so you're not going to immediately hit Zarian at Boots and get absolutely curb stomped. If you find Zarian at Boots, you'll just have to deal with the Boots level hit point Zarian. It's not that big of a deal. I believe in you. We'll have damage rando on, and it is set to balanced. Extra earrings EXP. We have this set to an 8 times multiplier, so if you find the galaxy earrings, they're actually worthwhile. Boss healing is true, so when you defeat any boss, you will be healed to full. Full aura, full sand, full health. Shop fill is randomized, so we'll have random inventories in there. Shouldn't be terribly surprising, right? But we do have guaranteed warp shards. Our loot pool is vanilla. Our dropped category is fixed. So we will be seeing 20% drop rates from our enemies. The whole point of this is you can choose to farm up an item and it won't take you forever. Let's see. Enter Sandman True. Dad percent random. Hi, Chan again. Dad percent random. We will not know what our final goal is until we get there. And by that I mean you can complete Dad and find out that Dad was not the goal. Or you can complete the pyramid and find out that that was not the goal. Rising Tides is true. Unchained Keys, also true. We've got some traps. Traps, I think, they're a nice addition. They've played well in SGL. Here's a big one. We have starting hints, and I will show off exactly what that means when we get there. But we will know exactly which checks are the spindle, wheel, gears all the way across. So we will not have a gear hunt. We'll have a gear known where they are. Now, what that will also mean is, well, maybe we have a hunt for something to get to the gear. Maybe we need an elevator card so that we can get to Medbay. Something like that. We do have excluded locations on. It is just the pyramid locations, so nothing big there. So that's our flag roundup here. And I have generated a seed. I just need to get myself all set up in there. So I will be posting the YAML once we're out of here, once we've got everything pulled up. But we're going to have some fun with this one. Janigan, there have been so many great features added to Timespinner Rando in the past few months. And, maybe we'll see some of them. We will definitely see a few of them. But with that, let's do this thing. Arm cannon, mine ass. What is this garbage? Alright, so here we're seeing that inverted rolled off for this seed. So we have a vanilla start. You can see the Unchained keys in effect there. We already basically have the Twin Pyramid key. We just can't move between time zones yet because we don't have a way to the past. Here's our Enemizer fully in play. Oh, well, there is our past access right out the gate. Those siege engineers are real entertaining sometimes. And the logs do hurt. Bodhi did actually say officially those are supposed to be logs. Did it say that I had two? It said I had two. I didn't even see the first one. 2 Chaos Stoles in 2 minutes. Heck yes. So if you're not super well versed in the coyote jump, get better at it, because that's in logic. Also, clearly I'm a little bit off if I'm missing that. Wow! Alright, that is a water mask pretty quick. Please stop bullying. Yeah, of note, those bombers and siege engineers can be real painful in this, in the Enemizer. Oh, wow! Wow! So that's all the safety I'll ever need. This room becomes a little bit interesting um, because of things like that, where the spiders can just jump down on you. Ah. Not dealing with Shovercopters. So one thing I did not mention in the flag roundup is I think what we can consider to be standard considerations for a race in Timespinner. We are not going to allow any of the glitches that would otherwise impact logic. So no succubus hairpin stuff. Um, so Atomizer is scaled based on the enemy that is being replaced. Um, I hope that answers well enough. So I probably didn't want to sell those slab glasses. Whoops. So yeah, if it's replacing a very low hit point enemy, you are going to see that it has very low hit points. But that can also mean that you get some very interesting replacements along the way. You know, when you've got the modern giantesses and they have their locations have been replaced with I'm just trying to think of any of the particularly painful ones. The little demons can be a real pain when they get giantess hit points. Um, that sort of thing. Well, that's a funny tablet location, because now I have to go right back up here. So a thing I noticed as I was doing all of this checking around is that the teleporter wasn't to the past. The teleporter was in fact to modern Siren Caves. So this is going to be interesting. Here we'll see some of those juiced up hit point enemies. Oh yeah, I got an Empire crown. I should really wear that. Radiant minus. Boo. Oh yeah, Roombas, when they have a lot of hit points, are real interesting. So I mentioned that starting Mayef was turned on for a reason. The reason is Hellgazers. Because it is very possible. Indeed, it is the situation in this seed right now that the Hellgazers, if they're on the ceiling, we can't reach them. So having a way to actually engage them is pretty important. I mean, light wall is funny, but we're not going to be allowing that glitch in the course of play here. Now, what is funny is I now am logically bound to Zarian land. There's, I think, one check I can make that isn't. Yeah, no light wall clipping, no succubus hairpin clipping. Um, I am totally fine with people using crouch glitch for traversal, where you're going to go under something or combat purposes, but I don't want it being used for the express purpose of breaking logic. No, that is not allowed. What I mean, excuse me, what I mean by traversal is if there is a Hellgazer that is on the ceiling and you could crouch glitch to get past it, then that is allowed. Or using crouch glitch to make the conveyor transit easier, right? Tryhard, I even turned on starting Teleria attachment, so there wouldn't be any question about risky dashing. There's just not a point. Upper Caves of Banishment. What a location that is. If you're not familiar with Enemizer yet, the frails cannot move, so don't worry about them. They will always just be in their locations. That was the telltale sign of an engineer killing itself. Yeah, these don't do anything. I have Eternal Coat and an Empire Crown. Never the Azure Stole. Oh, that was interesting. I didn't know that you could get clipped through on iframes like that. Today I learned the Hellgazer Laser is not entirely a blocker. So not only do I agree with you, I am currently using the Galaxy Earrings, and that is because in this YAML we have 8 times. So our experience multiplier is very good. How romantic, a rose from the bra. Danger doggos get me every time. What a worthless waterfall. I suppose I should very briefly, once I get to the teleporter room, show off that yes, we do have starting hints. So tilde will bring up your console, and if you just type !hint, you can see where all the locations are. Wow. Wow. So fire may be required, potentially. We shall see. Yas Queen means pink would be required. And that is only if we did not roll the dad percent for realsies. So it is random dad percent in this flag set. But we know from starting hints where our time spinner pieces are. You just won't have hints during the race. So, good luck with that. Who puts a Roomba up there? Oh, that's a big hammer. What a little bugger. Shoot. Get out of here. So yeah, try hard. I'm 100% with you, and that is the intentional design of this this YAML. Is that I do not want gear hunts. I would much rather you need to find some piece of key item with logic than just another gear. So we enforce that with starting hints. Everybody likes starting hints, right? This is one of the areas that can be flooded if you happen to roll it on the rising tides, so be aware of that. Also important, and this is something that came up a lot during the SGL races, is the flooded areas will show as out of logic until you have the water mask. So just be aware, there is a tell. So there's very few things that can result in the logic reflecting something being in logic but flooded. I honestly don't know that it's possible. But what will happen is if that area is flooded and you have no water mask, it will show that the basement is out of logic. So, fun story. You absolutely can struggle juggle off of the moths, but please don't. They determine their trajectory as they reach the end of one flight, if you will. Like they have a flight length, and they readjust to go directly to you. So many spagoots. I mean, I'm not going to say you shouldn't. Oh, there's the payoff right there. So I've had to, in an AP game, use the moth to traverse, and it sucks. It's terrible. Um, but it's honestly not all that much worse than big guy. So, whatever. Orb swap, definitely legal. The gas maskless, that will be okay as well. I want to just stress that while it is not technically in logic to defeat the Maw replacement boss with no gas mask because that area is gassy, we'll be fine. You can just breathe biscuits. The value of royal towers today, clearly. I was hoping to find some pink on the way through there. Oh well. Big Crusher. Yeah, I mean, it's an Eye Orb Plus, and I have Eternal Coat and Empire Crown, and a Chaos Stole. So, you know, things are just going to melt. That's just how that is. Could you not? Wow. This... Shover, no. Oh, baby. That's right. I have seen Aura Serpent already, so I already knew that the punchies were plus. However, it does not diminish my excitement in the slightest. I've seen this routing repeatedly in the races, and I really enjoy it now that I've gotten used to it. Just grabbing those 3 chests and then dropping down. Like, I don't like doing underwater in any circumstance, but at least this is very efficient routing. You're skipping rooms that don't have things. I don't even think about it in terms of save scumming, honestly, because what it allows you to do is get the warp point before you go to the Azure Queen space, while also being a really quick access to the Fire Vine piece. Didn't realize the hammers were going to do that much damage. Yeah, I know he's weak to him, but like, I don't know, the eye versus the hammers was really the question. That might be the most satisfying enemizer thing that I've seen in a while, because I hate those little experimental Evans. They're they're so fast. So seeing one impale itself on spikes is pretty glorious. Wow. That was a room that existed. Again, if you don't have gas mask, this room is, this whole area is fine without gas mask. You know, I have no reason to disable the breathing of biscuits. Yeah, so the way that the boss names will display if you have the soul thingy is it will always say what the boss is as what it is replacing. Be careful on the elevator, because the Hellgazers can and will take you off the elevator and then put you into a jail cell. That's hyper required, by the way. When I say put you in a jail cell, I really do mean it. Like, I got knocked off the elevator and put into a corner where there was a ledge directly above me. The only way to reach it was with vertical-based spells, and I didn't have any. I had Mayef, and Mayef did the job eventually. It was definitely a low moment. I do not have the B card yet. That is upsetting. And the game just crashed. That's pretty awesome. Huh. Oh, I didn't lose that much. Okay. I was like, how far back did it put me? Well, good news. Nothing I found so far was important. Did that jump seem abnormally high to anyone else? Oh, hey, there's that B card I needed. Cool. Don't worry, you didn't miss much. I did just find my sash, though, so that's pretty cool. The B card was just on the military bridge. Nothing big. I'm going to redo my hint real quick just to double check. Yes, Queen is purple. I have the royal ring. Okay, cool. I have everything I need to do those, if that is the case. I almost feel like that is the correct play, is to go after Pyramid first, given the accessibility of these things. Plasma Plus. That is one heck of an orb. Get out of here. Seed's bullying me, guys. Yeah, look out for spiders when you're making that screen transition. It's comedy gold every time. But yes. It's not Dad. So yeah, like I said, even before going up there, when I saw the relative ease of access to all of the spinner parts, I kind of knew. So my parts in this one are in uh, Desolation Upper Tank and the crash site. So I'm going to skip ORR if the room allows me to. Oh yeah, it's talking about the one upstairs. Which, conveniently, if I would have just done this, yeah, any hinted items will always show up. Just on the map is like a green thing. Get out of here, eyeball. I don't want to see you. So of my practices this so far, this has actually been the longest seed. I had a 35 and a 40, but those were both dad percent finishes. So, you know, take that for what you will. I did have one that I didn't finish yesterday. Yeah, I was working on it before I was supposed to do the fall league race, and yeah, when the power went out and I lost the timer, I kind of gave up on it. And that was also going to be a very interesting pyramid one. I was short an elevator keycard because Medbay had my final gear. All right, more than one way to get clipped through the laser. Good to know. This room is so sad when it doesn't have the jump overs that you normally expect. I like that only pit was flooded, by the way. That was kind of cool. Part 1 done. I swear I can charge up a spell. Hooray! Thank you for the exclamation marks / GGs. So this will be uploaded to YouTube for the Rando submission, as this will be, again, an open entry race. We'll see how many people feel like racing these silly little flags. Also, was there anything fun, outstanding that we missed? That Plasma Geyser Plus would have been fun in the V room. Mysterious Warp Beacon was at the chicken chest. So that would have been the ability to skip the... who did I fight there? The Eyeball, Varney. Yeah, nothing super good. Empire Orb, Courtyard Upper Chest. No. I'm not going across that room. All right. Well, that's it for me, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the rare not FFR stream where I actually turn on the sound on my stream. Can you imagine streaming with sounds and a microphone? But I'm going to go get this uploaded to YouTube so we can do the submission. And yeah, I'll also post the YAML so people can give this a shot, and we'll see what's up. See how many people we can get in during the Rando Marathon. Worst case scenario, it's just going to be me all by my lonesome. And we'll see if it's a 35 or a 55-minute seed. It could be anywhere in there. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day.